Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Amritpal Singh. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Sikkim and entire Northeast emerging as a shining chapter in India's progress. US federal court blocks Trump's tariffs from going into effect, says Trump overstepped his authority. White House official confirms Elon Musk's departure from US government. His exit comes one day after he criticized the legislative centerpiece of Trump's agenda. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the Sikkim at 50 celebrations in Gangtok via video conferencing today and congratulated the people of Sikkim on 50 years of remarkable progress. The Prime Minister laid the foundation stone and inaugurated multiple development projects in Sikkim. These include a new 500-bedded district hospital worth over 750 crore rupees in the Namchi district, the passenger ropeway in the Sangha Choling in Pelling in Gyalshing district, and the statue of Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee at the Atal Amrit Udyan at Sangkhola in the Gangtok district. Highlighting Sikkim's developmental journey of 50 years, Prime Minister said that the northeastern state has become a model of progress and has emerged as a symbol of the richness of culture and heritage.
सिक्किम सिर्फ हिल स्टेशन नहीं, ग्लोबल टूरिज्म डेस्टिनेशन बने। सिक्किम के सामर्थ्य का कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं है। सिक्किम टूरिज्म का कंप्लीट पैकेज है। यहां प्रकृति भी है, अध्यात्म भी है, यहां झीलें हैं, झरने हैं, पहाड़ है और शांति की छाया में बसे बौद्ध मठ भी है। कंचनजंगा नेशनल पार्क, यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट, सिक्किम की इस धरोहर पर सिर्फ भारत नहीं, पूरी दुनिया को गर्व है।
Hailing Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister Modi said that India has given a clear message to the whole world that our nation is strong and a fearless nation, which will not tolerate terrorism in any form. He was addressing a gathering in Sikkim as the state is celebrating its 50 years of statehood.
आज पूरी दुनिया देख रही है कि भारत पहले से कहीं ज्यादा एकजुट है। हमने एकजुट होकर आतंकियों और उनके सरपरस्तों को साफ संदेश दिया है। उन्होंने हमारे बेटियों के माथे से सिंदूर पहुंचकर उनका जीना हराम कर दिया। हमने आतंकियों को ऑपरेशन सिंदूर से करारा जवाब दिया है।
Prime Minister Modi also visited the Alipurduar district of West Bengal and laid the foundation stone for the city gas distribution project in Alipurduar and Cooch Behar districts. This project, costing more than 1,010 crore rupees, aims to provide piped natural gas to over 2.5 lakh households and many businesses, along with 19 CNG stations for vehicles. It will provide convenient, reliable, environment-friendly and cost-effective fuel supply and create employment opportunities in the region. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Modi said that the city gas project is a revolutionary step in the gas-based economy and has given a boost to this industry.
2014 से पहले देश के 66 जिलों में सिटी गैस की सुविधा थी। आज 550 से ज्यादा जिलों में सिटी गैस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क पहुंच चुका है। ये नेटवर्क अब हमारे गांवों और छोटे शहरों तक पहुंच रहा है। लाखों घरों को पाइप से गैस मिल रही है।
And his next stop was Bihar. Prime Minister inaugurated the newly constructed passenger terminal of the Patna airport. The new terminal, built at a cost of around 1,200 crore rupees, can handle 1 crore passengers per year. The Jayaprakash Narayan International Airport houses modern amenities and passenger-friendly features. The expansion is set to boost the airport's annual passenger capacity from 25 lakh to 1 crore. The Prime Minister also held a mega roadshow in Patna after the inauguration of the terminal. People from all walks of life gathered to welcome the Prime Minister in Patna. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that India could have inflicted much more damage while retaliating to Pakistan's terror attacks with Operation Sindoor, but it exercised restraint. Addressing the inaugural plenary of the Confederation of Indian Industry Annual Business Summit, the Defence Minister said that to boost self-reliance, recently the execution model for AMCA, or the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft Project, has been approved, which aims to build the 5th generation fighter aircraft in India.
साथियों, आपको जानकर यह खुशी होगी कि रक्षा क्षेत्र में सेल्फ रिलायंस, आत्मनिर्भरता को बढ़ावा देने के लिए अभी 2 दिन पहले एमका प्रोजेक्ट को, जो 5th जनरेशन फाइटर एयरक्राफ्ट भारत में ही बनाने का प्रोजेक्ट है, उसको आगे बढ़ाने की एग्जीक्यूशन मॉडल को मंजूरी दे दी है। ये एक बहुत ही बोल्ड और बहुत ही डिसाइसिव डिसीजन लिया गया है, जो भारत की डिफेंस कैपेबिलिटीज को मजबूती प्रदान करने के साथ साथ इस देश में एरोस्पेस सेक्टर को एक डेप्थ और एक नई हाइट प्रदान करेगा।
The Defence Minister asserted that India has redesigned and redefined its strategy in response against terrorism. He added that now talks will be only held on terrorism and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir.
हमने आतंकवाद के खिलाफ भारत की स्ट्रेटजी और रिस्पांस दोनों को रीडिजाइन और रीडिफाइन किया है। हमने पाकिस्तान के साथ अपने एंगेजमेंट और स्कोप ऑफ डायलॉग को रिकैलिब्रेट किया है। अब जब भी बात होगी, केवल आतंकवाद पर बात होगी, पीओके पर बात होगी और किसी दूसरे मुद्दे पर पाकिस्तान के साथ बात नहीं होगी।
Rajnath Singh reiterated that POK is a part of India and the people who got geographically and are politically separated will sooner or later voluntarily return to India.
भारत हमेशा ही दिलों को जोड़ने की बात करता है और हमें विश्वास है कि प्रेम, एकता और सत्य के मार्ग पर चलकर वह दिन दूर नहीं जब हमारा ही अंग पीओके स्वयं लौटकर कहेगा, मैं भारत हूं, भारत ही हूं, मैं वापस आऊंगा और वापस आया हूं।
Highlighting the need and importance of self-reliance, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh, said that in the current situation globally, it's best to be now ready to be future ready.
Is trying its best to do maximum possible as far as Make in India is concerned, MAKE program, IDEX program, the number of orders that have been given to the Indian industry, some of the rules that the government made. I'm not saying that we would have come on this path on our own. There were times when we were always, doubting the Indian industry that it cannot give us the kind of return that we want, it cannot give us the product that we want, and we were looking outward more. But over the last decade plus, I think things have changed quite a bit. A rap on our knuckles has made us think inward and look inward, and then we realized that yes, there are a lot of opportunities that we have within India, and now Also, the current situation in the world has made us realize that Atmanirbharta is the only solution. But we have to be now ready to be future ready.
Addressing the summit, Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Dinesh Tripathi elaborated on India's evolving maritime strategy, driven by Prime Minister Modi's vision.
India was, India is, and India will always be a maritime nation. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, had made a clarion call of Sagar in 2015, security and growth for all in the region. And building on this legacy over the last 10 years, the vision has been rightly elevated to Mahasagar, or mutual and holistic advancement of security and growth across regions.
Speaking at the CIA Annual Business Summit, Union Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that today India's manufacturing sector has increased multifold in just 10 years.
जो इंडस्ट्री प्रैक्टिकली नेग्लिजिबल थी 10 साल पहले, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, दैट इज़ नाउ रफली 13 लाख करोड़ के आसपास की इंडस्ट्री है, जहां एक्सपोर्ट्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का एक्सपोर्ट्स या मोबाइल फ़ोन का एक्सपोर्ट्स के बारे में नोबडी यूज्ड टू थिंक, वहाँ पे रफली करीब करीब 5 से 5.5 लाख करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट्स है. टेलीकॉम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हैज़ ग्रोन मल्टीफोल्ड, 70-80,000 करोड़ रुपीस का टेलीकॉम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है. डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में डिफेंस का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स हैज़ ग्रोन मल्टीफोल्ड, मेडिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स हैज़ ग्रोन मल्टीफोल्ड. इन सब का जब भी आप इंडस्ट्री के लोगों से बात करते हैं, जनरल सेंस इज दैट जो 30 साल में नहीं हुआ वो 10 साल में हुआ.
India has made it clear that any engagement with Pakistan, as and when it happens and if it happens, has to be on bilateral basis. Spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs stated that the talks and terror cannot go together. He added that Indus Waters Treaty will remain in abeyance till Pakistan continues to support cross-border terrorism.
Any India-Pakistan engagement has to be bilateral. At the same time, we are clear that talks and terror don't go together. On terrorism itself, we are open to discussing the handing over to to India of noted terrorists whose list was given to Pakistan some years ago. I would like to underline that any bilateral discussion on Jammu and Kashmir will only be on the vacation of illegally occupied Indian territory by Pakistan, and on the Indus Water Treaty, it will remain in abeyance until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism.
And the Foreign Office spokesperson informed that 3 Indians are missing in Iran, and India is in touch with the Iranian authorities for their safety, security and safe return home.
On the question of missing Indians in Iran, you would have seen a statement made by our embassy as well in Iran. The 3 Indian nationals who had landed there some time back, they are missing, and we are in touch with the Iranian authorities. We are for locating them, for their safety and security, and for their eventual return home. We are in daily touch with the authorities there. We are receiving good cooperation from the Iranian side, and we are also in touch with the families. Obviously, family members in such situations, they have their own anxiety, etc. So we are extending all possible help. Hopefully, we'll be able to do our best in this situation.
India's anti-terror message has received strong support from Indonesia, their officials, interfaith bodies and the community at large. DD India correspondent Chandni Vasadani gets us this report from Jakarta.
The Indian parliamentary delegation currently in Jakarta are assured of full support and aligned vision from Indonesian counterparts and foreign dignitaries. On Thursday, after meeting with think tanks, academia and ambassadors from friendly countries, delegation leader MP Sanjay Kumar Jha said he has received positive response and feels very encouraged that India's anti-terror message is well received.
We met their vice ministers, we met ASEAN Secretary General, and largely we are on the same page. They are also on the same page. Unless we have a peace, there is no progress. They also appreciate India's progress, India's development. India has become fourth largest economy in the world. So it all happened because India is in the path of development. So largely we are successful in putting our point of view and getting their support also.
Mr. Jha said that Indonesia is an important stop in his tour, given the country's prominence in several global platforms, such as the Organization of Islamic Cooperation or the OIC.
Very important. If you ask me personally, in all five, this is the most important visit because the largest Muslim population lives here, and what they try to do in Pahalgaon. So that way, putting our view, they listened to us. They had a question, and our entire team has responded to that. I think it's a quite successful and very important meeting.
The all-party delegation also met with leaders of the National Mandate Party, which is part of the ruling coalition. Party leaders said that they will relay the peace message from the Indian delegation to the Indonesian parliament. They also committed to express India's anti-terrorism stance in international forums.
I will ensure that our members of Commission 1 will convey this message, the results of the meeting, to the Foreign Ministry of Indonesia, so that the Foreign Minister is fully briefed and can make the appropriate stance in international forums going forward, especially on the OIC conference going forward.
This visit shows a strong commitment between India and Indonesia to counter terrorism and promote peace on the global stage. The Indian delegation is making sure their important message will translate into concrete action. This alignment promises a stronger, unified front against extremism, creating greater security and stability for the region.
In a major blow to U.S. President Donald Trump's trade agenda, a federal court in the United States has blocked most of his sweeping import tariffs, ruling that they exceeded presidential authority. The decision halts one of the boldest moves in Trump's America First trade war and could have broader implications for his executive power. Take a look at our report.
In a ruling that shook Washington and global markets, a three-judge panel on the Court of International Trade blocked most of the import tariffs imposed by Donald Trump during his time in office. The judges said the president overstepped his legal bounds, using emergency powers meant for national security threats to launch a sweeping global trade offensive. The court found that the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or the IEEPA, does not give the president unlimited authority to impose tariffs, especially on nearly every country in the world. The White House called the decision an affront by unelected judges and insisted the administration would continue to fight what it calls a crisis in trade. The ruling also quashes duties that Trump imposed on Canada, Mexico, and China separately using emergency powers. Analysts warn the legal uncertainty could further rattle financial markets already on edge. Trump defended his tariff threats by saying it's called negotiations and went on to claim that the US has been very nice to China.
You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number, and I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You said a number.
The Trump administration has already filed an appeal, but for now, most of the tariffs are on hold. That appeal could take months to resolve, and its outcome may shape the balance of power between the Congress and the White House for years to come. Wall Street shares briefly bounced on Tuesday after Trump delayed the levies over the long holiday weekend, although markets were down again Wednesday. Bureau Report, DD India.
Billionaire Elon Musk announced that his term as the chief of the Department of Government Efficiency has come to an end, thanking U.S. President for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. Musk concluded his tenure as a special government employee tasked with pushing a high-profile push to streamline federal bureaucracy. Musk's departure follows closely on the heels of his public criticism of Trump's signature legislative proposal, a sweeping tax and immigration bill that the president has dubbed his Big Beautiful Bill. The Reserve Bank of India has ramped up its gold reserves to 879.58 metric tons, with an increase of 57.48 tons over the previous year, according to the central bank's annual report for 24-25. According to the latest annual report by RBI, Indian economy is poised to remain the fastest growing major economy in 2025-26 by leveraging its sound macroeconomic fundamentals, robust financial sector and commitment towards sustainable growth. Engineers India Limited is embracing a green shift. In an exclusive to DD India, the chairman and the managing director, Vartika Shukla, revealed that Engineers India Limited, or EIL, is reviving its offshore division and expanding into renewables. With projects like India's first second-generation biorefinery and a net zero target by 2035, EIL is aligning with India's clean energy vision led by Prime Minister Modi. DD India correspondent Taposh Bhattacharya has this exclusive interview.
Joining me is Vartika Shukla, the CMD of EIL. Ma'am, we'll be talking about taking India's vision, Prime Minister Modi's vision forward of becoming net zero. What is your company doing in that regard?
Sure. Thank you for that. And yes, we indeed honor our Prime Minister's vision, and we are fully aligned to both the vision of our nation as well as guided under the aegis of Ministry and our Honourable Minister. So we are completing the second generation ethanol in ABRPL of in Numaligarh. We are also building the second generation, this second generation bioethanol plant will be completed by July, so that it will be commissioned very soon. The first sustainable aviation fuel plant we are also building for Mangalore refineries. This is on an indigenous technology. And besides this, we have also commissioned a green hydrogen plant for GAIL.
35 you were thinking?
Yes. Only we'll be doing that much earlier.
What is the timeline you're looking at now?
Difficult. I mean, within a couple of years, we should be there.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, when you guys are going international now, you mentioned Guyana. It's a place where India is really looking forward to. What is the kind of work that EIL doing to garner, this kind of work with the other countries?
North America, of course. We are looking, as I mentioned, both UAE and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are our two basically anchor points. And along with that, like the big business that we've got in this financial year is from Kuwait.
Much appreciate your time. So that was Vartika Shukla saying that they are working on towards renewable energy as well as making sure that they get more product and work outside the country as well. With Kaya, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
Hosts Inter Miami secured a much-needed 4-2 victory over Montreal in the Major League Soccer tournament on Thursday. Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi each finished with 2 goals and an assist to lead Inter Miami to a home victory. Inter Miami secured a win for only the second time in the past 9 matches across all competitions. They also snapped a 4-match winless streak and moved into the 6th place in the standings. Inter Miami will face Columbus on Sunday. That's it in this edition of DD India Live, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR codes that you see on your screen to download. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD News, on DD India. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.